1, 2, 3!
Hello, and welcome to the Ford Fiesta Live. That's Adam and I enabling our obsession with Harrison Ford and Harrison Ford movies and Harrison Ford television shows and Harrison Ford news and you name it. We'll talk about it here because, he's pretty much, I think, done making movies, right? So we're going to reflect on his, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm being handed.
Wait, what's this, Paul? This just in.
He's making movies and TV shows anyway. Still,
yeah, right. I would like to give us credit. I think starting the Ford Fiesta, I don't think we ever thought he'd have another resurgence in his career. I can't believe we doubted him, but boy, since we've started the show, it is nothing but there's a Ford news every week.
Yeah, relevant for 50 years almost now, right?
And it's amazing, isn't it, Paul? I just love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the most recent of which from the news would be this.
In Montana, there's a war over my family's land. And they're losing it. I know what to do. I'm coming home.
This ranch is under attack. Our whole way of life is under attack.
Bring him home. Promise.
I promise.
For fear of copyright.
Right. They wouldn't want us to advertise it now, would they?
They wouldn't want it. No, that's a graphic. But yeah, so that comes back February. A lot of big stuff coming in February. Of course, Brave New World comes out in February. And then February 23rd, we'll get 1923. Season 2 beginning. And Adam, you still need to catch up on season 1, don't you?
I do. That and Shrinking too. I'm way behind on my Ford. I'm very excited for the Christmas season to be here, and I can now just sit and watch a bunch of media. As soon as everything's wrapped up and gifts are bought and plane tickets are bought and everything, I'm just going to kick back and it's going to be a Ford Fiesta, as one might say.
There you go. Yes, download what you must for the plane and enjoy.
Right.
Shrinking is outstanding. The last we got a little behind and watched the last 2 episodes, all caught up now, and they're going over 10. There's a episode 11 looking like it's going to debut this Wednesday. So, you expect them to be short now. TV shows with 6 episodes, but
yeah, exactly. The British format. Wait, how many episodes are they up to right now? I thought it was just for Shrinking.
This 11 will be this Wednesday for season 2.
Okay, I'm more behind than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard Jessica Williams describe the show as it used to be about therapists dealing with loss. Now it's therapists who are buddies and hang and drink, which is not which is not untrue. Yeah.
That seems definitely in the mode of who's the guy, the star of that show.
He's the creator, like Bill Lawrence, or
no, the actor,
Jason Segel. Yeah,
Jason Segel, right? I mean, he started his career with the hang and drink crowd, and
yeah,
so that works for him.
Sitting around giving each other pink eye, so they didn't knocked up, right? And they
giving
each other pink eye, got out of hand.
I forgot about that. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Yeah. But so yeah, that's going to be great. I mean, season 1 is great. I mean, he's got the guy you saw who's like, "I'm coming home" from 1923. Yeah. That's the son who's been overseas the entire first season. So, but then the ranch is, there are ranch wars. We can look at these.
I just love that Harrison Ford has reached really an ultimate form with 1923 that he'd never somehow done before. For as much as the guy actually rides horses, actually owns a ranch, actually lives in Wyoming, and actually has that John Wayne type thing, but nobody ever asked him to do it. That you're just like, this is such a no-brainer Harrison Ford thing. And then And then Shrinking is the exact opposite. Like, you never ever thought there would be any Harrison Ford version like that. One seems so inevitable, and the other is just so shocking and surprising, and like a brand new Harrison Ford. And they're coming out at the same time, a year after an Indiana Jones movie.
Right. And yet, as we're going through Harrison Ford's movies, you know, we're up to, on the live show, 6 to 7 nights, and on the other one we're just posted Presumed Innocent, but it's in the middle there. Sabrina, 6 Days, 7 Nights, they're hinting at the funny grump that is in Shrinking, you know.
Yes.
So there is a path to that.
Not only do the creators not quite know how to use him in that form, although it's there, I don't know if Ford fully has exercised that muscle, but it really is interesting to see the very beginnings of that. I mean, again, a new phase for Harrison Ford. A two-hander phase.
And if you like Cowboys and Aliens with Indiana Jones and James Bond, there's Indiana Jones and James Bond. Let's not forget, in 1923, as Timothy Dalton there plays one of the
my God, that's
bad
right.
guys in the ranch war. He came out about halfway through the first season, but now it looks like he's going to be a big player in this one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, geez, good observation. Yeah, James Bond.
And there's the Mosquito Coast reunion.
Oh, amazing.
In a sad moment and now in a tense moment.
Wow. They both look so good.
Totally, right?
Oh, they look amazing. Like, what a great elder statesman actors. Wow. That is such a natural form for Harrison Ford with a cowboy hat. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah. Sheriff's badge.
That's a sheriff's badge. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a classic Hollywood star feel and move, and nobody gets more classic than Harrison Ford.
I might need to rewatch because I'm not sure he's a sheriff, but he's got some other.
That must have happened in the season I haven't seen.
Like land management something or something like that.
Yeah. I don't remember him having a badge in what I've seen of 1923 season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so many good Harrison Ford lines coming up too. There's so many good lines in 1923 that I mean, I probably will start that over again, just for.
Well, that monologue he has by the fire is one for the ages, where he's like, you know, the danger out here isn't the weather or animals; it's other men or something like that. And you're like, oh, that's.
And for Taylor Sheridan to go like, I want to write the hell out of one of these Western monologues, and because you know it's going to be delivered by Harrison Ford, you know, like it's just incredible. That's awesome.
And just a week earlier, I saw that in the lobby of my local AMC.
Yeah, I have not seen that in the lobby of anything yet. That is incredible. Oh my gosh!
Celebrate Valentine's Day. Look at that with your loved one and Red Hulk.
Yeah, that's excellent. Well, that's another reason. Yeah, that's a perfect Valentine's Day.
And that final trailer came out with the full Hulk transformation.
Have I seen this?
Pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe you want to do a quick Google search.
I've been on the road a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's play a little of that. Not too much as to advertise.
Not too much, because as they say, how dare you advertise their stuff for free?
Yeah, let me look up the most recent Captain America, because even if I have seen it, you know, I'm so bad at saying I'm going to wait until the theater to see the trailer for some of these things that I will sometimes hold back. So this is a month ago, or wait, 3 days ago. They do. They want to watch a little, let's watch a Brave New World here.
Yeah, 30 seconds or so. I think we can get away with it.
Yeah, we'll get away with that. I just got to see if, based on the first frame I'm seeing.
Unfortunately, I think you may not do full transformation until the end of the trailer. But
okay, well, let's see what we go. We'll see what we do. All right, we got it on full screen there.
I love it's got the Russo vibe, even though it's not Russo.
You asked for me. Here I am.
Ooh, I haven't seen this.
You want to help me? Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
I have not seen this. Whoa.
Whatever this is, Cap,
Winter Soldier vibes.
be careful.
What do we know?
Yeah,
There were 5 shooters.
New Cap, but same
This was a
sort of
coordinated
tone
terrorist
for the
attack,
Captain
sir.
America series of
I was
films.
a wartime general.
Yeah, right?
I'm a wartime president.
Yeah, exactly. They still want to make a
Your
Captain
circle's
America
been
movie,
compromised.
which
Let
has a
me fix
format
it.
now, you know?
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
Ah! Yeah!
Wait for it.
Oh, yeah!
We're on the brink of war.
Oh,
Can't trust anyone.
great trailer.
Nothing about this feels right. Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Oh!
Someone's been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest.
I don't want a variable out there that I can't control.
Stop!
Captain America caught without his wings.
You like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap?
You don't even know what this is.
Since when were they red?
You want me? Come and get me!
Oh! Well. Yeah. I was like, I don't care. I was like, we got a couple minutes into that, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I must finish this trailer. Wow, I have not seen that one.
No, you
That
didn't
is
see that. All right,
incredible. Wow, that looks like an incredible first 20 minutes of that movie, because that's how Marvel does their trailers, I swear. That is, and then you will be a half hour into that movie, and that would be the Red Hulk scene, and then you go, there's an hour and a half left. Wow, that's how good Marvel is. Jeez.
Yeah, but it is that full-on sort of espionage, political
Yeah.
intrigue take that had made Winter Soldier, Civil War, all those so interesting.
Yeah.
And so
Marvel's never like, let's make it a musical now. Like, no. They're going to keep going with the format.
right. Yeah, leave that to Joker.
Right. I know. That's the thing. All the other people are like, well, let's do a little something. They've since day one, this has always been my complaint back in the day with live action superhero movies is like Ang Lee, love that Hulk, but it's not the comic book Hulk. It's just like based on the general concept of the Hulk, and they get a whole great movie out of it, I think. But when the interviews were like, we're going to show you a Hulk you've never seen before, and you're like, they've never made a Hulk movie. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And Marvel's never done that. It's like, no, we're going to show you an absolutely Iron Man movie and an absolutely Iron Man sequel and an absolutely Iron Man sequel, and yeah, they're never going to go, let's do something a little different. If they do, they'll do it with a whole different character, like Shang-Chi, like, let's do something a little different, which is absolutely in the format of Marvel, but is a whole different type of tale and that sort of thing.
Yeah, unlike DC, who never gets it right, and it seems like they never will. I'm sorry. Keep listening.
Did not catch that music. I just saw the GIF online of that.
Yeah, they got that feeling before the show. I'm like, oh, I don't think he's heard this yet. You're going to want to hear
No.
the little score teaser he put in with the poster, the motion poster.
Why would you make a Superman movie without John Williams? Why would you even do that?
I heard someone out there say, look, James Bond's had the same theme for 50 years of movies, just it's his theme. You'd be
Yeah,
stupid.
it'll
to
have a whole
ignore
different
it.
score by a different composer, but that's
Yeah.
the theme. You know,
That's the theme.
yeah. That's like when Batman Forever. I was like, why would you change that? Like, okay, now you got a new Batman theme. Now what is that supposed to do for us? You're like, oh, thank God it's not a retread. You know?
Yeah,
Give me the same but different. That's the Bart Caius rule, right?
of course. For all the money DC's wasted, they could have cloned Chris Reeve and have him be the right age now. Well, there's that. That's
true.
something that people didn't think of. It's
It is.
Zaslav. He didn't think of that.
It is amazing because I think this is the first time, Paul. I think this is the first time we've had a chance to chat in a post Venom 3 world, right? I don't think we
I'll
talked.
take your word for it. Yes.
We are now in a Venom 3 world. Venom, let them love, let them be, let them
Let them
eat carnage.
bleed. Let it bleed.
It's
Let
the last dance. There we go.
Let the sun shine.
Ah, yes.
The last.
Yeah, The Last Dance, which is the name of a Michael Jordan documentary, also.
Yeah, and a Donna Summer song. That's correct.
And a Donna Summer song.
All,
So,
all
you
the
know,
things
they
you
did their
think
research.
of with Venom.
But-
And I think Craven the Hunter officially ends all the Sony Spider-Man
It does.
adventures.
And they went out the way they came in, not quite knowing what they were doing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Did you go?
You guys do realize you can cheat and look at what Marvel's doing, right? I mean, I know you're being very honest and you want to do your own thing, and that's why Warner Brothers DC movies have been the same all along, whether Marvel gave them a better way to do it as an example or not. And Sony's movies have been the same all along. There's this marvelous consistency to both of those and also Marvel, but neither of them ever decided to cheat and just see what Marvel was doing and try and do that. Conceptually, I guess they did, you know. We'll do a bunch of origin stories of villains you don't care about, and then we'll bring them together. That is the Marvel thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So
Rather than
that means there's a bailing on Sinister Six. So does anyone do that now, or we just forget it? Like,
Yeah, Marvel does
other things to
eventually.
do
And
eventually,
makes it amazing.
Yeah.
Marvel does it eventually and makes it amazing.
Yeah. And they wasn't the last who. Which film did Michael Keaton appear as Vulture again at the post credits? As they're trying to
Right.
say we're a part of the whole thing with Marvel. Like, you're not.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
whatever.
Again, they want to do all the Marvel things. That is the best comparison between other people trying to do Marvel things and Marvel doing Marvel things, because that's just so funny. They would they all end with and I'm a guy too. Like, it's not even anything too intriguing. It's like, oh, and also I'm a guy. Maybe we should team up.
I have a name, and
I also have a
No,
name.
it was at the end of Morbius. Well,
Morbius.
and then a Marvel movie had Tom Hardy in the post-credit sequence, right? When in a crossover thing.
I don't
If I'm
remember
not
that one.
mistaken. I think so.
Was that Spider-Man? No.
You know,
Chat, tell us.
anyone who's looking to have anyone who comes to our show expecting us to have done research before it, you're sorely mistaken. I hate to tell you.
Now, the Batman Forever theme is awesome. And that was the saving grace of it. I just don't understand why change it. And also, Batman Forever, one of the most famous composers of all time. He did 5 movies, and that was it, I think. Forget that.
It was at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, or No Way Home, the last one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was a Venom, because they were dealing so much with multiverse. They said, screw it, here's Venom, and Tom Hardy is Venom.
All right. Well, okay, I'll take that. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it was funny bit. I'm shocked they reached that direction. You can see Sony wanting to be like, hey, can we get Vulture and put him in the thing? But it's like throwing a bone, like, all right, well, which one made the most money? I will put Tom Hardy in at the end of it.
I mean, the thing is, and this is what I felt about Joker 2, Joker Folie à Deux, was like
Joker Folie à Deux, as no one's calling it.
As no one's calling it. Joker 2, as everyone is calling it.
Yeah.
But Joker 2 and Venom, when I started, what's so funny is I started watching Venom and 3, and I'm like, you know what, though? I mean, it's such a dream of all actors to have Tom Hardy being Venom. I mean, I get that feeling from the first 2 as well, but when I was watching the third one, I'm like, I'll just watch that all day, and I'd come off of Joker 2 going, I'll just watch these 2, even if they don't even know what those characters are, dressed as those characters, doing these things on the giant IMAX screen. I'm there. It's fine. It works for me. That movie worked for me. I mean, it's boring, but it is intentional. It's like it's being a slow 70s movie, But Venom 3, that movie is so bad, and it gets so bad so fast that I completely disabused myself of the enjoyment of like, well, at least you get to watch Tom Hardy do some stuff, because then it immediately goes in like 12 different directions. And you're like, what are you even doing? Now he's in Vegas, and like, what are you even doing? It makes no sense.
And did you see Craven, or did you? Because
No,
you
I
invited
didn't get
me,
out
and
to
I
that
went,
last
fool
time.
me once, Sony, So, like,
No,
shame on me if I go again.
well, if you said AMC and you wanted to see it on AMC, it is now done at the IMAX at the Chinese theater, and that was almost a bit. I'm going to see Craven on the biggest, most glorious screen, and I'm like, and I know it's not really gonna deserve that, but you give it as much as you can. Like I saw Joker 2 on that screen, I'm like, of course it's great. I cheated, But
There's a film thread I'm involved with, a bunch of guys on a messenger on Facebook talking about the nipple lasers that I guess Craven has in the comics, and
I don't know that from the comics.
oh, they posted footage of
Nipple lasers?
Yeah, nipple lasers, and Brian Crew, who we've had on the show, said that would have made it interesting, at least. Like, it's pretty boring, I guess, Craven. But.
Well, the thing is, I love Craven. He's like my favorite Superman villain or Spider-Man villain. So because I read, and I'm sure as some of the people who are in our chat, Craven's Last Hunt was like one of the best Spider-Man stories of all time. And Craven's just a cool character. And so I just feel like I'm living a childhood dream that there would even be a Craven movie at all. I'm like, oh, I'm there. This is like a Ghost Rider. When I drag you to Ghost Rider at the ArcLight, I'm like, they made a Ghost Rider movie. I'm absolutely there opening night at the biggest screen I could find. So same thing with Craven. I just didn't make it to the, but if you want to go to an AMC IMAX with your AMC, pass.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
You just don't want to see it at all.
Well, ever since Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, there is the AMC A-list movie. Do I want to see it? Well, it's included.
Yeah, it's included.
I paid my $25, and I could just go. Like it's already, So
I probably have to.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
Don't worry about it.
It's awards.
I'll let you know how it was.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to see in awards season.
Yeah,
but
that's true. But I'm excited to see it.
Speaking of,
I don't care how bad it is.
Speaking of this movie thread, I went to LA Comic-Con. I meant to do a full report here, but now it's like so long ago, I won't even bother.
Yeah.
But there's a guy named Jeff Victor who has a booth there because he does art, and I bought this from him. It's hanging on my wall now, and I wanted to share it here. It's pretty cool. Oh. He does oh god, I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, he does
paintings,
time lapse,
airbrush,
drawings.
Got
a name for it though. It's like that'll be a character's arc in 6 images.
Oh, like a triptych or a sextic.
So there's Han Solo.
Oh wow, those are cute.
That's pretty cool. He's got every character you probably think of.
And our good friend Alden Ehrenreich is featured as well.
Yeah, he went full out to the through Force Awakens and then into Solo, Star Wars story. By the way, so anyway, Jeff Victor, look up his art. He does this for all kinds of cool characters. Sometimes even just for like an actor, if they weren't in like a huge franchise, you just see that, like Bill Murray, I think, goes all the way from, Caddyshack through, Steve Zissou or something.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But, damn, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Yeah, screw it.
That's okay. I'll throw one last thought about Craven out there.
Oh, Solo. Wait, I got it. See Wicked. If you get the chance, I recommend it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was waiting for a recommendation. I mean, I know the original story interests me greatly. I've never seen the play. So
your score is by Steven Schwartz, of course, who wrote the stage production.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's Pippin and Godspell, and he won the Oscar.
Yeah. I did a tribute to him once.
Okay.
He wrote Wicked?
Well, speaking of tributes, you did a tribute for the guy he actually worked with. One of the good things Susan, my fiance, had to say about the film when it was over was there's so much music in it, it never feels weird when someone starts singing. Like, it's not jarring. Yeah. And I thought that's kind of cool. Cool. Considering I saw a musical on stage recently where the singers kind of only sung about what they're doing, Kimberly Akimbo. Whereas
it's a certain type of musical that does that, right? It's just
Yeah, but a Wicked does the songs expand the character or expand the plot, or the characters can no longer speak; they have to sing. But the score now, the film score isn't just by Stephen Schwartz, but by Stephen Schwartz and John Powell. Speaking of Solo, a Star Wars story. So
love
I
John
saw that
Powell.
name in the credits, and then Susan said that, and I went, I know why that is. It's because Powell, no doubt, assisted the film into cinematic realm as
Right.
opposed to just on stage. So I thought
Taking the
that was-
original themes and building a score around it, just like he did for Solo: A Star Wars Story, because the theme
There
is
you
from
go.
John Williams in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you know John Powell from his great DreamWorks scores, he did a great job here. So recommend that film for many reasons. They stuck the shit out of their landing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
even though
fantastic.
it's and Goldblum is you know,
Goldblum's in it.
he plays the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz, yes.
Wonderful.
He does all his things. He does all his things and reminds you he's a good actor at the same time, which
Oh, it's
is-
rare that he does that now, actually.
yeah. when Nick
It's
Cage
true.
does when Nick Cage does his best, it's the same. You know, he does his Nick Cage thing, but
Yeah.
also can be a good actor. So yeah, but anyway, John Powell, Solo: A Star Wars Story. There's your tie into Harrison Ford.
And I think the first time I ever heard there's your tie-in to Harrison Ford. And I love that. but John Powell, I feel like the first time I heard his name or read his name was the Bourne movies. Wasn't that John Powell?
Oh, yes. A lot of
Yeah.
Greengrass. Green Zone, I think, as well. United
It's
93.
Powell.
I think he did
Yeah.
all those.
Yeah.
And by the
And
way, while we're on tangents, I highly recommend September 5, the film about the Olympic sports film crew from ABC being the closest to the Munich
Wow, what a great idea for a movie.
situation. So they're like, debating, should we cover this? Should we give it to news? We're right here. What do we do?
Oh,
You
wow.
know, it's fascinating. It's great. And it's full of people you don't know. I just thought of it when I thought of United 93, because I thought of that film, same. Like both those movies have the best casts with no names in it that
Yeah.
you've heard. Ben Chaplin is in it. Peter Sarsgaard is in it. And Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is in it. But those beyond those guys, don't know anybody, and they're all good. So anyway, I've tangented enough.
That's good to hear. Is that in theaters right now?
It is, yeah, it just opened.
It's in
13th.
theaters now, folks. We're doing our duty here, just so you
That's
know.
right. But so is Wicked. But and Powell has a lot to do with some of that seamlessness, and of course, the director of G.I. Joe Retaliation.
And of course, the more superior of the two G.I. Joe movies, Retaliation, for sure. I own one of the two G.I. Joe movies on Blu-ray, and it is, in fact,
Let's not forget there was a Snake Eyes movie as well, because we all did.
Forget there was a Snake Eyes movie. Oh, yeah, I forgot there was a Snake Eyes movie.
Snake Eyes
Yeah.
movie.
And I went to go see that in the theater because I was so excited to see it.
Maybe we went together, because I saw that.
Oh, did we go together? Okay. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I saw it because there wasn't much to see. I'm like, movies, yes. It was right at post
For
pandemic.
some reason, my memory on that was lonelier than that. I'm like, well, okay, well, I hope we were together for that. Remember the time I went to go see Punisher Warzone on a rainy night in Bowling Green, Kentucky? And
Yeah, I remember conversations with you about that. I'll be like, "Oh God, the Punisher, is that going to be any good?" And you're like, "It's a Punisher movie."
It's a
Like,
Punisher.
oh, I forget. That's all that's required for Adam to go.
That's it. That's it. You dress as long as you dress in the costume. Now this, Dolph Lundgren Punisher, where the black leather era, where
Yeah.
he couldn't wear a skull on his chest. Put a skull in that guy's chest. Come on, it's not going to freak us out.
No, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
My point is,
Don't take 45 minutes for someone to spill paint on a thing and make that a skull. Give me a break. Just get that skull in his chest and get going.
my point is, go see Wicked. Somebody made that, and I enjoyed it.
Amazing. You were correct, Paul, when you said you had many things to show on the show today. That's
I
good.
do. Watch this. The AI. Show me a picture of young Han Solo in space with the Millennium Falcon. Oh Christ! Someone did that, and this is what they got. It's like, oh,
That's amazing.
I share it with you here. I can't remember who
Yeah.
did it, but good Lord.
That is so great. That is so wonderful.
He's just hanging. He's just in space.
He is in space with the Millennium Falcon. Parts of it, I guess.
Even in Empire, they wore masks. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's not an actual falcon, like a eagle in the, or a bird in that right there.
So here's some more fun stuff. Repurposed locations, according to this, and I can only go by the photo to say
Paul, Mr. Locations.
looks legit. Here we go.
Ooh.
Can that be right? I mean,
Yes,
I
it can.
so. Yeah, I mean yeah, maybe even the jagged rocks from Raiders in the top above the whatever that cloth covering is.
Yeah, you've got extremely different. Right? You've got extremely different sunlight in both, so it's like the I'm looking for that big rock thing that we're seeing on the left there, but we either are further on past it or further back, but the sun is very, very different to show that. That's cool. Yeah, I love that because they went to Tunisia to shoot both, and no, this is Death Valley, right?
Some of this was in California, but I
cool.
heard recently some locations that weren't Death Valley, like they might have even shot in multiple places in California. Be curious to find those other places.
That's a great thing about being as big as these movies are, is because all of that information can now come out. Whereas any other movie, you wouldn't be able to find the location where they shot this or that, or it's so hard to track that stuff down. But
Alan, bringing the science. Thank you, sir.
This is true. This is true. It is another. You are correct, sir.
So that's repurposed location.
I'm gonna blow up the ark, Renee. Sorry, I see a shot. I gotta say it.
Come on, but the best. Hello.
I want that to be my ringtone or my text tone when you text me. Hello. I'm gonna blow up the ark, Renee. I don't care. All I want is the girl.
Repurposed location, repurposed set. You tell me.
Wait, that's you fooler.
No, I don't know.
Not it.
Someone claimed
No, that's not what that shot looks like. No. That's completely fake on top.
But
that's funny though.
But it's white squares on black with lights. It's the same.
Well, when they activate the Death Star, it's a Grass Valley switcher, right? From like with the buttons, for editing, from video production. I'm pretty sure that's what he has as well, as a Grass Valley switcher in the real movie. No, that one is fake because behind him is a projection of the train station where he just killed the cop. Sick, Miss Tessmacher? Sick? Otisburg. Otis, would you like to see a really long arm? No, the top one there is fake, but I think the other one looks correct to me. So they created a whole thing to fake this one.
So this isn't even a shot from the movie, was what you're saying.
No.
Wow.
No, it is. No, that is the shot from the moment because he turns very proudly after killing the cop with the train station thing, and then he walks off with Miss Tessmacher, and they have their whole conversation where you see they just walk around the set so we can see everything. Why does the phone always ring when you're in the shower? Why is the greatest criminal mind of our time surrounding himself with utter nincompoops? I'm back, Mr. Luthor. Ah, yes, we were just talking about you.
We're back in the 70s. Let's just, people send me stuff, or I see stuff now that because I have the algorithm on my side that's worth sharing on here. Like this cool shot. I think that's a cool shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what blew me away, because the first movie you could ever see how it was made was Star Wars in my lifetime. I'm sure there were other books, but very few. And man, when they showed a shot and they showed, yes, we made a whole Millennium Falcon and it is there and the actors are walking around it, I was just like, let me see that. I must see that. Is that Stanley Kubrick on the left there? You remember the story that he helped light some things in Elstree?
I wonder.
It doesn't quite look like it, but at first glance, it looked like Stanley Kubrick, because that's
a little bit.
But that's like he was shooting The Shining, right, like next door, or they took over after The Shining or something. But there's a story about him helping to light Superman because he was in the stage next to Superman. I remember.
That's funny. If they just we got a shot of the Millennium Falcon. I didn't even know they got one of the other greatest filmmakers ever.
Yeah.
The shot.
Have the guy that faked up that last shot put Stanley Kubrick right there, because that looks a lot like him. Stanley Kubrick's Empire Strikes Back.
I like this too. This pick here is, I think it was accompanied by someone saying, "Jesus, what the hell went down on the Death Star?" But
Oh,
or
wow.
I'm sorry, that's I'm on Endor. I mean, yeah, that's from
Yeah, on Endor.
Is that a shot? That's not a shot in the movie, is it? Like,
No, it's not. That's
so
not a shot in the movie.
That's crazy.
Well, that's going to be after Han does our logo, right? His arms out to the side and
Right.
tricks all the stormtroopers. This is obviously a scene where afterwards you would then see all these stormtroopers here as they're finishing up the base. But that also gives the idea that they killed all of them and then blew them up when they blew up the thing. So,
Right.
I mean, he would have basically then put bombs in there and killed them. So they probably cut that out. But
Yeah,
that would be after they tricked the stormtroopers. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool. Love that. That looks like, because I just did a montage for a show, a Star Wars show at the Disney Concert Hall. And the shot at the beginning of Rise of Skywalker where he is killing all of the Elasmic of Winzit, for you Star Wars trivia fans, on this alien planet.
Wow.
And then just at the end of it just cuts to him and just surrounded by dead bodies. It's so awesome.
Yeah, but just look, I don't remember anything quite this violent in Star Wars, and that's because it isn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, no. This would be after they tricked all the stormtroopers and they must have dragged them all in.
Yeah.
There's even that shot where Han Solo tricks them, that there is a soldier dressed up like, it's like obviously a deleted plot point, but there is a Endor soldier dressed as a biker scout. When they all surround them, and Han opens his arms up like, what are you going to do? I'm the best. But there's one soldier there that's dressed with his helmet off, like a biker
Oh,
scout.
and is he putting his guns on the other Empire?
Yeah. So he was obviously in disguise. So I wonder if there was a thing also in this where they could have taken the costumes or the uniforms and disguised themselves too. But no, this looks like they murdered them, and then Han planted a bunch of bombs and then ran away going, move, move, move. And then it's just nothing but dead bodies going up in the air.
That would have made an interesting shot of the explosion of the radar or whatever. To see bodies also flying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, somebody CG that in. Just shredded bodies and flesh.
Let me run down a little more Star Wars wormhole, and then we will get to your story about the concert hall. I love this shot.
Mustafar. Thank you, David McKay. Mustafar.
There it is.
Yes,
I
when he
love
kills
this-
the Elasmic of Winzit on Mustafar. I love shots I've never seen from Star Wars. It's so rare.
Well, I love how they're all just standing there, except for Akbar, who's like, almost got like a jazz hand thing going. He's like, yeah, hey,
Yeah.
who
He's
left
almost like,
you?
well, he's got that sort of like, that what's the Gatsby shot with the champagne glass out front or whatever? He's got that going on.
Cheers to the martini shot of yeah.
Cheers! Cheers to the. Cheers to you.
Another fun.
Hey, and there is a guy dressed up as Nine Numb. We were just saying we didn't realize our entire lives that Neen Numb was a puppet, but there's a real Neen Numb.
Yeah, the combination of the two.
Yeah. But they really nailed those pilot uniforms, right? That was just like they had to cobble everything together for Star Wars. They were perpetually behind. I remember they said Luke's yellow jacket at the very end because they didn't want him dressed like Tatooine, but they didn't realize that until like the last minute. So they're like, oh, we need like a Luke Skywalker uniform or costume in like a couple hours or by tomorrow or something. So that's like spray painted. That's Greedo's jacket spray painted yellow or something. Like.
What do you make of the theory that this is how a Jedi looks, Luke? There, not with the robe. That's how a Jedi looks who's hiding out in Tatooine.
What? How he's dressed right there?
No, this is how a Jedi looks right here.
Yeah.
When a Jedi has a robe on, that's not how a Jedi looks. That's how a Jedi looks when he's hiding in Tatooine to fit in, like Obi-Wan.
Oh,
And
like
then-
yeah.
and they
Uncle
go
Owen
back-
wears a similar thing. Yeah.
Yeah, then they go back and they show, in the prequels, Qui-Gon and young Anakin in robes, like they're hiding out in.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're only denying your personal theory on the robes. I mean, once Luke shows up with a robe in Return of the Jedi, I think that just becomes the Jedi uniform at that point. But I mean, it's all kind of based on like samurai movies and stuff too. So
Well, he's got the robe on because he's in Tatooine. When he pulls it off, he's got this underneath.
Yeah, he looks.
I've
so
seen.
badass
I've seen.
there.
By the way, there's a really stupid GIF or whatever you want to call it out there of like Luke Skywalker on.
Some say really stupid GIF, and some say really stupid GIF, but they're all really stupid. We agree on that,
right? So it's Luke walking out onto the plank on Jabba's little mini skiff there.
Yeah,
and he looks up, and it says like he's the chief's, right? Then it cuts to Jabba, and Jabba is like us, and then he goes like that, and R2 is the refs shooting.
That's really good.
Shooting his lightsaber towards him.
Yeah, the refs do love that and don't like the Bengals very much. But
could they score more and lose more? It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You look back on every game this year, they have lost by like a field goal at the end of the game. It's like they've played the most amazing year and they have nothing to show for it. It's
I guess they don't have a good defense, but I don't know. Well,
that's
the game's close enough to realize that. But
the defense is woken up for a couple games here, but
Burrow
they're also playing bad
are,
teams.
Yeah.
Who?
Burrow and Chase are just insane.
I know, right? It's insane. I got to see two Bengals games live in a row. Oh, I want that coffee
hanging
cup.
on the set. Yeah, did they sell that?
Man.
That'd be great.
Please. Oh, I guarantee somebody has targeted on this and found it. And
I can hear what's going on there. It's that that laugh, Harrison.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
They're not going to find it without this. Right, yeah.
Right. That laugh. That's the Harrison Ford laugh. What I love here is that obviously one of the great raconteurs of all time, Carrie Fisher, is obviously telling a story and Carrie Fishering it up. And of course, everybody's charmed as hell over that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that it's Carrie just doing a story.
Hamill might be too young for it. He's like almost turning away, like, oh, I don't need to hear any of this Hollywood stories. I'm so pure. I just got here.
Now, this is when Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford are dating this whole movie, I believe.
I believe so. Yeah.
They are not dating as of Return of the Jedi, but they are here. Have you ever seen that whole photo series? I have to pull some stuff for the next time we do a Ford Funhouse show, but of her shooting photos of Harrison Ford in New York, not Central Park, but one of the parks up there by like NYU. And so there's all these great photographs, and there's a photographer shooting Harrison Ford. And this is clearly when they're in love, clearly when they're dating. Yeah, it's really, and there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Yeah. I'll pull them for a future show.
She didn't shoot this one, did she? But are we in love or what?
I want this t-shirt. Give me this t-shirt. That is the best shot ever. That's amazing. Are those moisture evaporators out there in the sand? What is going on out there?
I almost thought it was like a Cloud City vehicle. It was sitting in the sand.
Oh, dune buggies, I bet. So they can get to and from, repairs and stuff. I bet those are all dune buggies out there. Wow. I love that these shots come up that I've never seen before. It's incredible.
I saw that one. I went, oh, never seen that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Killing time on the set shot.
That's the best. I want an all beige shirt with just a little Harrison Ford right here. That one right there, and just all beige shirt. Like the sand. That's fantastic.
And then there's this. I've seen a shot of Indy descending into Gozer's a temple with
Sarlacc
a bunch of Gozer stuff, but Sarlacc I've never seen.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's all. I love all the Han and Indy mashups. Should have been more of a no-brainer, but now people really are getting so many ideas. That's cool. Love that. I love him. Indiana
last thing I'll show
Jones.
is this shot from the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles set.
Oh, wow. That episode blew me away. Have you seen that episode?
I have not seen any Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Well,
Brian Crew came on here and told us how to watch them.
Uh-huh.
I have not.
I think we've got when we finally run out of Harrison Ford movies, I think we have a concept for the next iteration of the Ford Fiesta. It's just one episode at a time. Let's
Yeah, I wanted to do that with the Countdown series that Sean Blodgett and I did for the Indiana Jones films, which you can check out at themovieguys.net. But
Correct.
I didn't get to it, and now I think they've pulled all the indie stuff off of Disney Plus.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they just I mean, there's no respect. But I will tell you what I did. I got a MetaQuest VR goggles set up.
You do?
And you can go, they have an app in there for Pluto TV, and I brought up Raiders of the Lost Ark, and you just sit back, and it's like a gigantic screen, like right here.
Oh, that's
playing Raiders, siphoning sound into your ears. It was something else. I thought, except that has commercials, but I thought it was pretty damn cool.
That's 100% of the reason I want one of those VR headsets is to just watch the big movies. Yeah.
And they're all in demand on Pluto with commercials, but they're still like just the way to watch. I watched the first 20 minutes of Last Crusade yesterday. I watched the first 10 minutes of Raiders.
That's amazing.
And I'll get to games eventually, but Harrison Ford.
But can you put an MP4 or whatever on a drive and then access that on the thing, or is it all proprietary viewing things? Yeah, that's cool.
I'm curious. Don't know that.
Indiana Jones, you say?
We could either go there or go to your Disney Concert Hall story, whatever you got.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you're having trouble finding anything on your computer, Adam, just use this guy's method here.
That's brilliant. That's wonderful. Oh my gosh, you've found so much great Ford content, and I feel like I've tracked down a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get anything ready for the show today. But I'll tell a quick story time, and then we'll go to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch as much of that until he gets kicked off, because someone has played all 11 hours of it. We're not going to go that long, but I at least want you to see the opening, Paul, because the idea of being able to be Indiana Jones and do the opening of Raiders is so amazing. But yes, there was a Star Wars show called Star Wars in Concert, and it was at the Disney Concert Hall. This is now a couple weeks ago, so before Thanksgiving, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before Thanksgiving. Brian Crew went there, so go check out Brian Crew's photos on that. And you said he was going to be there, and we didn't set anything up, and there I am on the rooftop showing my my girlfriend the whole rooftop there, and here comes Brian and his girlfriend, and we just stood up there and talked for a long time. I was like, "Oh, nice to run into you." And he got real good seats, by the way. I thought I had good seats because I'm an insider, but he definitely like got. He's right there. He was like three rows from the front. Like,
well, I think his relationship is fresh too, so I'm sure he was trying to impress, and no doubt spending that money on himself, he would love every penny that he spent.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I have a fresh relationship. He has a fresh. So that was really fun. Like that was the first time I'd met his girlfriend. First time he met mine, and so that was really cool. And then I impressed her by taking her to a Star Wars in Concert show. Did not know she was a huge fan of the symphony. I knew she was a big fan of Star Wars, and I'm like, well, I'm probably a good person to hang out with. The show was hosted by Anthony Daniels, and after the show, I got to introduce my girlfriend to Anthony Daniels, so that was kind of fun.
You're locked in, I think.
Yeah. It didn't take.
If she's as you say, she is a second Adam.
Yeah. I think that I keep thinking the line from the Phantom Menace. Now there are two of them, because we definitely are on the same level a lot on what we enjoy. So, but it was she didn't know that I was going to introduce her to Anthony Daniels, and as we're all lining up to leave or whatever, I'm like, come here real quick, I need to do some business. And then they let me backstage, and she's like, oh, whatever. And then we're staying there talking, and here comes Anthony Daniels, and I got to shake his hand first because I was one of the editors in the show. So if you did see that show, anything from the sequel trilogy was my contribution to the show. And he immediately breaks hand and eye contact to spend much more time with my girlfriend, he was very charmed by her and wanted to hear everything from her. And but I thought that was pretty fun too. So
sweet, yeah.
Yeah, so I got to meet C-3PO, dude.
I mean, he's the only guy in every Skywalker saga film.
Right, he's in every one. It's just so cool. I don't know. It's a very out of body experience. I mean, as a kid who grew up loving this stuff, and I'm like, I'm standing here talking to C-3PO, like for real. That was cool. It's been a good year. It's been a good life, I must say. You know, being able to do stuff like that was way fun.
Yeah.
And of course, the crowd completely into that show, all video with live orchestra. And then my videos as well got good response. I saw it 3 nights because I was able to go because of my working on the show. The first night, there was a woman behind me that after each of my montages, and she might have been doing it the whole show or whatever. Obviously, my ears were more open. I was like, "Is everyone enjoying the one I did?" But after each one of mine, there's a woman behind me who just go, "Wow." And then it would go to the next montage, and they're all singing. And after that, it was just back to the silence. Just, wow, wow. And I know some of Anthony Daniels' relatives were near us as well, so I'm kind of hoping it was one of his family members. Like, wow, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
So yes,
yeah,
definitely.
I think the first time I ever saw him was, what was the Chicago Comic-Con we went to that had that disastrous Mystery Men panel?
Oh my God, if I could find the video of that.
Was it just Wizard World? That
Wizard
same
World.
show was the first time I ever saw Anthony Daniels do, and what stuff he still does today, just telling stories about Star Wars.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At cons, but
yeah, that was the first time I saw all the people who like Star Wars people that like Greedo signing autographs and
right.
all the it's like,
yeah.
Who was a woman?
Yeah, we just R.I.P. She just passed recently.
Yeah, that's right.
But so all right, cool. Well, that's
Anthony Daniels was in a movie with Harrison Ford. Anyway, so I brought it back around.
You don't have anything to do with the Home Alone, right? That's coming up. That's just the screening, I think, right? With the live orchestra.
With live orchestra. Yeah, no. All I did for that was the trailer. If you watch it on Corfane Shorts.
Oh, no kidding! You cut a trailer.
Yeah, that's my.
Oh, cool.
Although that was early enough, I think I was mimicking the old trailer, so that's not really one of my trailers. But shortly after that, I started being more creative with the trailers. So that one might just be the original, just upscaled, and so that's the degree to which I worked on that was. Redoing the old trailer with HD footage. So, so yes, it is my trailer, but it's kind of the original assembly as well.
Gotcha.
But yeah, see that with the John Williams music? Where's that playing? Is that
that's at the concert hall too at some point.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 nights closer to Christmas. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But
yeah, let me know what night. Maybe I could get tickets for it.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them, 20-something is this weekend. Maybe it's this weekend. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Elsewhere in the all right. So this then, little Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Dude, it's been an Indiana Jones week yet again. It's been an Indiana Jones week. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I do not have an Xbox. Paul, you do not either. But one of us is going to have to get one for Christmas here, and because we got to start playing this. We gotta be like 8-year-olds going over to each other's house to play Atari until we get done with this game together, and we got to do shows as well and play it with you and I doing commentary and playing this. That could be the next 20 Ford Fiestas, frankly.
Yeah,
with a couple scripts peppered in for 6 days, 7 nights, and Air Force One, but.
Yeah, I know that someone put all 11 hours of the gameplay on YouTube, but I just want to play. I kind of want to play it. You get to be Indy, right?
You get to be here. Let's watch the very beginning because I have the 11 hours here. I'll bring it up on screen because I want to play it too. Like I don't want the whole thing spoiled to me. Do you have the one clip though with the priest? Yeah,
this is great. Indy.
This is so
imagining.
Indy.
If you had to imagine Indy pretending to be a priest to infiltrate something at the top of this thing, this is pretty much how I would imagine it would go.
Yeah.
After you.
So you are the American priest that Padre Ventura was talking about. I love America. Please, come to confess me. Come with me, I need a confession. Please have a seat.
You're forgiven.
Father, please, I didn't confess.
Great shot here, right out of the tavern, right? From the first.
Right? Ah,
Father, forgive me because I've sinned.
they're nailing it so hard.
I had an affair with my mother-in-law.
It's all right. Just say 3 Hail Marys.
No, Father, you don't understand.
That voice.
My wife is expecting a child, and I fear that.
What?
Yeah, let me finish, please. I fear that my mother-in-law is with the child also.
Jesus Christ, what have you done?
Wait. You are not a priest.
Sorry, pal, you kind of deserved it.
I mean, down to the way he slams that door, they have nailed Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
It's just in the way he like turns to the side and stuff, and it's just like, what the, the facial expressions is incredible.
Troy Baker points to the voiceover guy, so he does a great job.
Yeah. Hey, do you have the clip of Harrison Ford at the Game Awards thing too?
I do. I didn't know if you wanted to dive into.
Well, here, let's dive into the game first, and then we'll close with that. But yes, okay. So here's how it starts. I wanted to show this to Paul because I watched this only, and I kind of clipped around to it. Everything this guy says is Indiana Jones is out of control. It's so good. It is really like having an Indiana Jones movie. But so okay, so here we go. The very beginning. All right. Let me skip ahead here. Now, I love this. You put the hat on, and it goes into the POV, and now you're Indiana Jones.
What of the curse? Superstitions, Atibo. Tranquilo.
Oh,
So, yeah, go ahead.
no, it's the Tipo. I mean, they brought in. It's not. It is. You are in the opening of the movie.
Yeah, right?
Tipo's there. Yeah.
But the very idea that, like, as much as we've seen Raiders over and over and over, of course I want to, like, actually walk through this forest to the opening of the cave. I'll skip ahead a little bit here because they're going to do, because they do the whole thing. So, you got that whole thing.
Let's not forget, I just watched all this right here in MetaQuest.
You did? Well, yeah, and now we're in a point of view.
Relax.
Barranca, there's your 5-pointer.
The other guy?
Yeah, Barranca. And this is, we've seen this shot where they walk here, like with this river and everything.
That's
what's
just showing
incredible.
credits, but now we get to walk through it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Leave these things behind.
Okay, this is the one. Now, look at this. Like, to do this moment, but you get to live it. Go look at the map by the river. And we know how this goes south here. Let's see. Let's get up there. Yeah, there's the...
I love that moment, by the way.
If they knew we were here.
Poison.
They
Clearly
would
not very
kill us
strong
already.
poison. They just put it in his
Right,
mouth.
they just ate it. Alright, so we get up here to the river. There's some gameplay. And they let you walk, and then they do little cutscenes, but they're pretty seamlessly integrated. There you go. This is also teaching the game how to move stuff, how to use the whip. I mean, come on. In a video game, you get to do this with the exact, like, shots, and then you get to press the button to whip the gun out of his hand, Special thanks, MK Ice and Fire, for playing all of this on the first day. That guy looks like somebody, but not the guy.
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
Come on.
Incredible. Yeah, right? Isn't that great? That's how you learn how to use the whip. That's how it teaches you R1. But it's in this famous scene. Incredible.
The temple is up there.
All right, so let's skip forward here a little bit. Because the other fun thing is, like...
This is it.
This is where
Forrestal cashed in.
A friend of yours.
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
Senor.
All right, so then you get to go through, all the traps, but from point of view. So here's the idea of like walking through that famous tunnel opening, it's like press certain button to wipe the spiders off too, like this, like.
It looks like it's an F button. Like this guy must have been playing.
Oh, he might be playing on a computer,
on Steam, yeah. Because the Steam version is only for Windows, unfortunately. We have a promo here. We have an ad for World of Warcraft. Well, I get the idea, but that's cool.
Yeah, you get the idea. But anyway, and then you get to go. Just real quick, I'll show you the. This part right here. You got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do that, and then you got to go up and then you got to weigh out the idol and everything. It's just like, yes, we've all wanted to do that, all our lives. It's just so cool.
And David's right. You don't want to test your skills on how the game is played in an area where you could die 100 times. Like you kind of know what, like he says, what to do here and just practice.
Yeah. And to do it as an Indian, as the scene you absolutely love, And look at this. Now you got to do this. This is to teach you how to run, but you're doing it here. And now you're like, oh, how do I do the whip again? Oh, no, he doesn't have the whip. Of course. Give me the whip. Throw me the idol. I threw you the whip.
Give me the whip!
Adios, senor.
Now you got to do run and jump. I mean, it's so great that it's teaching you with these famous moments and shots. So yeah, we have to acquire an Xbox and.
Yeah, like I said, I still got a pile of old games I gotta play, so it wouldn't be a bad purchase. Did they have it for MetaQuest? Oh, I'd play that, but I don't think they did. I don't think a regular game is automatically ready to go for a VR set.
No, they're probably releasing their own games. Oh yeah, that especially the point of view games, the third person or first persons.
Yeah. Well, it came with a Batman Arkham Asylum game.
Oh, that game is awesome.
Yeah, so I got to play that.
Wait, your Xbox did, or your face?
That MetaQuest came with that.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. So I got to play that at some point.
Oh wow, yeah, you do. Oh my God, dressing up like, suiting up like Batman. That's way fun.
Do I have to do that to put on the helmet?
Yes, that's exactly the order of events. That's exactly the order.
Another positive review. There you go.
Yeah.
The best Harrison Ford game to not have Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
But it had Troy Baker.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Now, as you know, the Game Awards for the last decade has celebrated the best performances in games by honoring some of my peers, some of my friends, like Nolan North, Roger Clark, yes, Laura Bailey.
How far behind him is the guy on the right standing?
Actually, Troy, have you ever won this award? Look, they do give an award for best indie game, and I think everybody here can agree you make a great case for best indie performance.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that. Thank you, though.
There was another guy, though.
You mean the other guy?
He's pretty good. Pretty
really
good.
Absolutely good.
I wonder what he thinks.
What a time to be alive, man.
That was unexpected. For the crowd, I mean, that's what a moment.
Yeah, they weren't coming. They didn't know this was going to happen. Crazy. I got to meet him someday.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Thank you. While you're on your feet, Let's give a big round of applause to these two guys for the great circle. Thank you.
Yeah, avoid copyright, but he's very, self-effacing there, and gives props to Troy, and it's very cool.
And high and had a drink.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Otherwise, he would have done, what he always does. The music's been following me now for 40 years.
Yeah, he's very happy there. He's very happy in his new phase, Harrison Ford. I love it. Yeah, isn't that incredible? Harrison Ford appearance of Indiana Jones video game, Captain America movie coming out. I think we've summarized the state of Harrison Ford fans today.
Yeah. Oh, what else do I have in here then? We'll see if we can go. Well, I have this not related, but I think we're both excited about this. I mean,
oh wait, I didn't hear about this.
Did not know.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
Breaking news from the end of November, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, what a natural! He's never hosted it before, has he?
I don't believe so.
Oh, what a natural host!
Yeah, hosted the Emmys, but
oh, what a perfect host!
Yeah,
I'm excited for them to find that host they just go with, like Johnny Carson for 10 years or whatever, and he could be it. I thought it was going to be
Mulaney.
The Family Guy guy.
Mulaney turned it down. Oh, McFarlane. Yeah, I thought he was funny when he did it.
I thought he was funny when he did it too, and I thought, oh, he's a song and dance man. Like, that'll be the guy that'll host it forever. And no, 1 year. Just once. Oh, Conan, that's perfect.
What kind of drink would a Harrison Ford have before an awards show? Good question. What is a Harrison Ford drink? Is it just a whiskey on the rocks?
Oh, that's probably a good guess. Whiskey and...
I don't see him getting too, fruity, like a big fruity sangria.
Not like the drink he drinks in Working Girl in our opening montage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not. Whiskey on the rocks. That's that's a good assumption. He might actually add some ginger to that or something. Who knows? But
and I'll say also too, Narcolepsy 27. The Quest 3 is fun. As soon as I put it on, it is Minority Report meets Ready Player One. Like, the future's caught up with us. You can literally move things around with your hands in the fake world. It doesn't. You have to have the goggles. Like, Minority Report disappeared in front of you. Yeah. But and then you're in there, and it's a whole fake world full of all sorts. So I played one game. I played mini golf, just walking around hitting stuff in my
it's so
living
fun.
room. Yeah, but I got to
it's
fire
great
up Batman
technology
and some other stuff.
I'm holding out for the Apple one whenever that comes down, because I'm excited for Final Cut X to go Minority Report.
Yeah.
Editing will be back to this again. Remember this? Did you ever do that? I had one.
I never did. No.
I worked on 35 millimeter once, and then it went away. But it's going to be back to this. Grab the reel off the shelf, pull it. Put this footage, insert it. It's going to be all this. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, this is my first dip into the quests at all, and I thought it was just I put it on. I was like, yeah. If you're used to it, then I think you'll just like the technology upgrades.
Well, Victoria was friends with all the people who were pretty early now. I mean, now we're looking like maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, the Magic Leap, and they would bring that stuff into the apartment, and she would show it to me, and blew me away. And that wasn't even up to Quest 1 or 2 at that point. That was old, so yeah.
Couple more Harrison Ford things here as we clean out the computer, as Howard Stern would say.
Yeah.
If you're in Burbank, I recommend this place to eat. Han Korean. Come on, Korean barbecue house. It's over at the.
Which one would you choose?
Yeah,
Han, old buddy.
And then bringing a couple worlds together.
Han, is it Han or Han? That restaurant.
God, I hope it's Han. Our old friend of the show, Joel Murray, went. He always posts on Facebook like looking for work at Shoal Canyon Golf Course. Which is. And this is his latest post. Some actor, writer, director, producer types looking for work where Harrison Ford emergency landed his plane at Penmar by the Sea. So that's, just here. It's in town. I don't know if we ever knew that, but
wow,
he wasn't flying out of Wisconsin or Wyoming or anything when he crashed. It was here in Southern California, Penmar by the Sea.
Oh, we should go there and play around sometime. Do you golf, Paul?
I do. Boy, you wouldn't have known it in the VR world last night. My putting was terrible. But I think in real life...
Putting I've never been very good at.
Yeah. I just need a lot of balls for the drives that go off into the woods and I never see them again. But as long as we play with mulligans, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to bring enough balls to lose a bunch because you also want the future generations of grandpas and grandsons to have something to find in the woods.
Right.
So me and my grandpa did that all the time. Like, nah, leave that for the grandpa and grandson for their golf ball walk.
What else do I have here? Oh, I have a report on our stuff. Ever since we've been doing shorts, boy, they hit. You know, like, I don't know,
Cool.
we'll get 50 views of this, maybe 100, maybe 200, 300.
Yeah.
But the shorts really get a lot of hits. Last I looked, a clip of our talk with Alex Winter on the red carpet of John Wick got 861 views.
Wow. I mean, it's big for us, not for, a major,
Yeah.
influencer, but that's
I know
big for
exactly, but they're good for us. And 1.2 thousand for the last one I posted, which was a poll from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Mara Kanopik.
Oh, these are very good.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I also love them like subtly Steven Spielberg trolling Hitler. They mentioned specifically Walter Donovan is like a cable from the Fuhrer himself, execute the American conspirators. And, but then he's face to face with Hitler autographing the Grail Diary in the next scene. And it's like, Fuhrer's a moron. Like, if he had any idea who these people were, he'd probably have some idea maybe what they looked like, or would just look at the man and be like, you don't exactly look like my kind of people in this uniform here with your, like, very nicely tanned skin, your darker hair, your darker eyes, not fitting the bill of my master race here. Maybe I should ask a question or two. Like, Hitler was a moron, and I love it.
And I love that.
Yeah. So
the other one you posted from her too is really funny. That's good.
Yeah, they catch on. I don't know. They catch fire, which is cool. The only thing that also has caught fire, our Star Wars play-by-play audio only that you can get on everywhere you get podcasts. It has like 12,000 downloads, views, whatever.
Oh, that's amazing
on it. So
that's one of the things I'm most proud of.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
And that's something I'd want to do again, which I thought would be a great Patreon thing, is do any of these Harrison Ford movies, but with the baseball announcers.
Right. Yeah. So for those who don't know, during the lockdown, Adam and I we did it because we didn't have sports and we didn't have movies. So we combined the two and we did a play-by-play announce of Star Wars. So you can play Star Wars and you can play this audio, and people must be doing it because they're viewing it and downloading it. So and then you play them at the same time, and then it's Adam and I as two announcers. I can't remember our stupid names, but there's commercials, clones for kids.
There's commercials, and every time we go silent, the sound of the crowd, like when you're listening to a baseball game, comes up, which I just love that feel from listening to baseball games as a kid.
There is a link to it on themovieguys.net, and I think we put it up on so it's on YouTube, that link, which you could still do the same, I guess, play it, but they're meant to sync like you would back in the day when that's all you had.
Yeah,
because it's been. I think on Vimeo though, you might be able to find. Hang on, United States is calling me. Get out of here.
We better answer that, Mr. President.
I think Vimeo hasn't given us any copyright issues, so I think over there you'll find the video of Star Wars with this.
If you go to the Movie Guys Vimeo, we did actually put the version up. I think initially just so we could have it for ourselves, and then we left it up, and nobody ever said anything.
Yeah,
so,
YouTube said something, so what's up there is a highly modified version. So,
by the way,
now you've touched Adam's newish passion.
Yes. Once I found out other people were doing the same thing, it all goes back to the fact that it was always just Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon, and then Steve's like, "Did you know that the second side of Pink Floyd's Metal?" Echoes syncs to the Jupiter and Beyond if you start it there from 2001. And then we're like, oh, well, this would work with everything, right? And so we just started testing stuff out. But so on my trip back from Cincinnati, I tried Dark Side of the Moon synced with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it works a little bit. And then I tried it with something, Alien Romulus. start at the beginning of the movie where the credits start coming up for Alien Romulus and run Dark Side of the Moon. It works like crazy. I don't know if I started it at the company logo, the Fox logo or whatever, but somewhere around in there. I think right at the very beginning is where I started it. And but I think realized it might have worked if I'd started it with their actual opening credits. But anyway, Alien Romulus and Dark Side of the Moon, highly, highly suggested. And metal does rule for sure.
Yeah.
Great riff.
All that old Floyd stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got 5 more minutes left. Gary Oldman, tell us a story.
I did Air Force One with Harrison Ford.
This is to the Secret Service agent in the baggage deck.
And we were on a set, which was obviously the aircraft of Air Force One. There were signs everywhere. There was no drinking, no smoking, and no eating on the set. And there was one day when I looked around and Harrison was standing in the doorway beneath the sign that said no smoking, no drinking, and no eating. And he was drinking a coffee, eating a burrito, while smoking a cigar, and he was doing all 3.
That's amazing.
Wait, what was he drinking? Oh, I missed it. Exactly what he was drinking.
Coffee, I think.
Coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was.
I was hoping he was straddling a martini with the burrito, a martini, a burrito, and the cigar in the burrito hand. That's what in the martini hand. That's what I pictured.
Yeah.
That's a very good story. I'd like to change my answer. Yes, I'd like to hear that story. That's a line from the Specials from James Gunn. But
oh yes, right.
One of the nobody quotes that movie except me.
But. No. Now I'm getting a call from Los Angeles. Good Lord, stop.
Kieran, you say? Did you say Kieran? We haven't played one of these yet, have we?
Beer, please.
Yes, Kirin Lager Beer.
Kirin Lager Beer.
Kudasai.
Kudasai.
Umai.
Umai.
Yes.
This is actually behind the scenes on Air Force One, actually.
Kirin Lager Beer. Umai. Kudasai.
Good.
Mr. Beer. Kirin Lager Beer.
Disney? Are they calling him Mr. Beer? I always think they're like, you are our spokesman. You are now Mr. Beer.
Sure, why not? We don't have enough time for this, but
I need to mash that up with Air Force One. That exact commercial with the airplane.
We don't have enough time. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Ford Fiesta, the Presumed Innocent episode is up with guest Brendan Meyer. So go listen to the full edited version of that. Those tend to do pretty well. You get decent hundreds of views here and YouTube and Podbean and everywhere else. So
yeah, thank you for editing that one after your surgery.
Yes, I was sitting around the house. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much. I was traipsing about the country.
I'm feeling this guy because I think I just complained about it with you. Just put an ad break. Amazon just put an ad break in between Marcus Brody's monologue. He'll blend in, disappear, and the actual Marcus Brody lost and sticking out like a sore thumb. I've never considered canceling my subscription with more intensity.
Oh, that one hurts. We've all seen the wrongly placed ad, but that one really hurts. Oh my God, the setup of the punchline. Oh my gosh.
Not good.
That's not good. Boy, I really feel his pain there.
We don't have enough time for this, but let me put it up anyway. Big dates for 2025 releases. What are we excited about?
Ooh, here we go.
First of all, the Mission Impossible The Last Reckoning trailer is great.
Haven't seen it.
Didn't I send it to you and Bart? I thought I did.
Oh, right. That is when I decided not to watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I'm going to wait.
He's doing his thing. He's Captain America, of course. Mickey 17. That's the new Bong Joon-ho.
Okay.
About a guy who volunteers to become a disposable clone. Like he'll go and do dangerous things in space that he could die, and when he does, they just remake him.
Right.
Until the 17th one. Then the 17th one has some extra adventure.
Oh, I'll watch that premise any day of the week.
Early word on Thunderbolts is that it's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's in May.
It's a great idea. And also Marvel seems to really relish when someone else, let's say a Suicide Squad, doesn't do a premise well. I feel like for Thunderbolts, they're like, this is how you do it, kids. Although the Suicide Squad is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Is that
James Gunn's?
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah, that one's great.
Saw that one twice.
I mean, that actually was the first one to have the statement of, no, this is how you do Suicide Squad. Although I heard David Ayer, got screwed on that. And of course he did. He did it for Warner Brothers. And, they're not so good.
We're screwing people.
Yeah.
28 Years Later has a trailer out now, and it has Aaron Taylor Johnson, so he'll quickly rebound from Craven, I think, and that movie will be awesome because it's Danny Boyle and Alex Garland once again.
Ooh,
so
wow.
that should be great.
By the way, when the trailer for Craven comes out, the trailer for 28 Years Later comes out, when I read a review of Nosferatu, the same thought comes into my head literally every time. As soon as I hear the words Aaron Taylor Johnson or see him in a trailer, I just have to think to myself, so he's just going to keep being in stuff. Like I would not expect him to be the Bill Paxton of 2024, where he's just like, oh, he's in all the stuff, but he's just going to keep being in stuff, right? And is there any demand? He's just going to keep being in stuff, though.
The thing is, he is good. Watch Nowhere Boy, where he plays John Lennon. It's from years ago.
That's okay. So I haven't seen the one he's good in. Cool.
Yeah.
That's why I have this weird attitude.
Other than that, he's like around in Bullet Train and Fall Guy.
Around. That is the best description for him as an actor. Right. Bullet Train. It's one of those things where you're like suddenly 20 minutes in, you're like, oh, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is in this because he's just going to keep being in stuff. Right.
Yeah. And then he did get Oscar nominated for Nocturnal Animals, and I recommend that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have not seen
it in that. And the movie's dark and ugly and really good.
Right.
Tom Ford, clothing maker, makes great films, turns out.
He does, right? Yeah. Did he do films first? Yeah.
Alec Baldwin's monologue about how quickly they can catch Ethan Hunt cut to 6 months later, but the ad comes before 6 months later. Nope, not how you do it.
Oh. Yeah. What? Huh? Yeah. That doesn't.
You cut to 6
work.
months later, you play out, and then maybe a minute or two into that, you put an ad in.
Oh, yeah.
You have to, if you must.
Yeah.
This Naked Gun movie, August 1st, they've got Liam Neeson now in the lead role playing Frank Drebin Jr.
That's brilliant.
I just
found
out. Well, I just found out one thing about it and reminded myself of another thing about it that makes me very excited. First of all, watch Liam Neeson do the bit from Life is Short where he talks about where he's doing improv with Ricky Gervais, and you'll see how funny he can be playing it straight. It's crazy funny.
Oh, that's
with a Wiccan prostitute. She had AIDS. She's littered with it. Like it's just so funny. Plus, the film is directed by Akiva Schaffer from The Lonely Island, who made Pop Star, which is one of the funniest comedies I've seen lately.
And knows how to go with a joke and is not afraid, doesn't duck out too quickly on a long joke,
It's a tough thing to pull off. We always talk about how the Zaz comedies, rest in peace Jim Abrams, who just passed away, are tough to do because they make it look easy, even though it's not. And so people try, what was Freeberg and the other guy, Seltzer and Freeberg, failing at it miserably. So hopefully Schaefer has good luck and does it well.
Well, the crazy thing is nobody ever got the one thing you have to do in order to do their style, which is be dry. Everybody else is like, wacky, wacky, wacky. Yeah. Also a parody. And you're like, that is not how they did it. That's...
It is,
so
enough if we
Liam
just
Neeson,
go ahead.
Being a straight man, I know their heart's in the right place. What were we going to say?
Now, you can't just show somebody, here's Paris Hilton.
Right.
That's enough, right?
Yeah.
No, a joke would be nice as well.
A joke would be nice. Man, what a year.
Some of the stuff The
Accountant 2, didn't see that coming.
But which one?
All right. That's what they should have called that, Smurfs Again, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the title of the sequel, Smurfs Again?
But a new Tron and a new Avatar. That's exciting.
I can't believe forgetting a Tron.
This summer will be Superman and Fantastic Four, pretty much. I think that's... And they're late. They're both late in the summer.
But look at that. That is to like the Superman, which is the Superman of the DC universe. I don't know if you know that. But Fantastic Four, which is the Superman of the Marvel universe, in this summer, the opening of the year is two, well, I mean, Falcon as Captain America is a slightly more obscure character, I guess, but the Thunderbolts, so a little side story feeling sort of thing. Then these big ones, that's
the
just
big tentpoles. Yeah.
I can't believe they're doing a third Tron. I'm so happy. I absolutely had the same feeling I had after Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith, where I was like, well, that's the end of that. That is the last of those we will ever see. And it doesn't make any sense with Tron anymore. It does Ghostbusters. Like, why? That's like saying, like, all right, we did one Star Trek movie, kind of told all the stories we can tell in that format. You're like, I think there's more stories to tell.
And then
Jurassic
The
World?
Running Man. Are you excited for The Running Man, directed by Edgar Wright? That's exciting.
And starring
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I'm quite excited about that movie. That's fantastic. In the book, because I was the kid in school who always cheated by reading books that movies had been adapted from. So I read The Running Man. I read Fletch. I mean, anytime you could pick a book, I'm like, I'll read, And then they made a rule. They're like, no adaptations, because somebody like brought in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and did that, and it was literally exactly the movie.
Yeah.
And there was nothing you could say about it that people didn't already know about it. But I did Fletch and I did Running Man. Running Man is very, very different in the book. It is like
sure,
scuzzy, and it's like the future. It's like the beginning of Alien Romulus, like that world they're on, where it's just like, oh man, shit has gone down here. This is terrible. And yeah, basically like people do this game because they have no money or food, and so the government's like, well, if you it's a little more like Songs and Songbirds or whatever.
I was going to say that's the Hunger Games, because they're in the title. They need to eat and they're not eating, and it seems like that kind of fell by the wayside as opposed to like wacky haircuts and crazy characters and stuff by the time they became films.
Right. Yeah, the Running Man is the original version of that, of like, yeah, everybody's poor and we're going to make you do this, and like one man basically stokes the people that they all can now cheer for one who's one of them who's actually winning. And yeah, I mean, obviously this was written before Hunger Games, but yeah, I'm very excited about that. Glenn Powell, and I was like, I know there's a big actor I like, and I know there's a big director I like, and then you said Edgar Wright. Like, yeah, those two together.
Yeah, and I guess Odenkirk's returning to nobody, and you said Jurassic World. I'm shocked we got another one of those. I don't know what. I mean, there's more we could do, like you say, with Ghostbusters. I don't know who came aboard with an interesting idea, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's another one of those. We're like, well, I think we've told all the stories we can about dinosaurs coming back and wreaking havoc. We wreaked havoc in one place. That's kind of all we have, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I did bring this up too late in the show because I could go on for another half hour. But
right.
Let's get that.
We'll keep up with that calendar as the year goes by.
All right. Then that's enough show.
Yeah, exactly. The Matrix is another one. Done with that. That's all you could do with that concept. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean these places, like every once in a while you get a huge win, like Creed. Taking the universe and expanding it.
All you got to do is do it right. Yeah. Creed is one of those.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Give me the same but different.
That's all you got to do. I don't know what people are doing, but that's all you got to do. All right, that's enough. Except for maybe the a live movie playset.
That is fantastic. Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Wow. Well, thank you for the show and tell session there. That was good.
All right. That's probably it for the holidays. Adam's going to be traveling. I'll be out of town next Monday as well.
All right.
So,
well, that makes me feel less bad, but and then we'll be back and we'll have I'll have some plane rides to type some scripts for Air Force One and stuff too.
Yes. Oh, the movie. Yeah, not the band. I assume that's what you think. It's not the band.
Creed. All just give me the same but different. Well, that works for the band too. And with that,
1, 2, 3.
I can't, I know someone who can. He's just getting stronger. Music getting longer too. Music is a flash in me. I wanna take you higher. Let me take you higher. Push a few buttons, light the fire. Gonna take you higher.